Hey, welcome to Coffee with Connie. I'm Connie Fuksa. So a lot of times I try to talk to you about things with regards to real estate. Yesterday I was talking about a little bit of inspirational things. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, you can pretty much find me unless something crazy is going on in the world. Tuesday and Thursday mornings, that's when Coffee with Connie is pretty well dedicated to the fact that I understand that most of you don't know all the nuances of buying and selling real estate, not just the buying and selling side, but the mortgage side, the closing side. And so it's my passion to get on here and talk to you guys about different things that come up, different things that I experienced in my more than 30 years worth of title company ownership. I'm here to help you understand this process. So when you're confused or you're going through some of these things, let me know, because that's what I want to try to help you with. I'm not going to guarantee you I know the answers to it all, but I do have a lot of experience with a lot of different professionals that I can find out information if it's not something I'm aware of. Hey there, good morning, Desi. One of those very good professionals that I'm just talking about. I work with Desi for probably 25 years. She's in the mortgage industry. So what I would like to try to do with you on these 2 days is to talk to you about exactly that. Things that have been questions that customers asked me while I owned my title company and when I was doing their closings, or people are asking questions now. And I really encourage you to do that as well. If you have a question or there's something you don't understand about the process, I want you to tell me. Today I wanted to talk about that whole protecting homeownership thing. We started on Tuesday by explaining the difference between protecting the house and protecting your ownership. Two very different things, just equally as important as each other. And when we talk about protecting your home ownership, we're talking about an insurance policy you receive at closing that guarantees that you own the home and no one else can take that away from you. Now, a lot of people say, well, you did a title search. The title company should make sure that that's the case. And that's absolutely true. But sometimes there's things that the title company can't discover. And so I came across this yesterday in a conversation with somebody exactly like this. We sit and talk about things. People come to me and ask me questions or give me examples of things that have happened to them. And this is one of those. So a person goes to buy a piece of property, and the property at some point in the ownership chain was subdivided. And what that means is that they went in and said to the county, hey, we have this big lot and we want to divide it into 2 lots so we can build 2 houses on it. Or so I can build my house on one and then eventually I can sell the other one. So in this particular case, the county had said, yes, that property is big enough. It can be divided in half. All good, no problem. And while doing the title search, the title company found out that there was an association, a homeowners association, that governed this particular area. So in doing research, they found that the homeowners association wasn't active anymore. And so they said, okay, well, everything's fine. There was a caveat that the homeowners association wouldn't allow a property in that neighborhood to be smaller than a certain size. Well, dividing this piece of property in half would make that against their rules, even though the zoning regulations that regulate what properties need to look like, size-wise, and location and all those types of things that sort of regulate the zoning of the whole county, they were okay with it, but the homeowners association had originally included in their documents that no lot could be any smaller than a certain size. And dividing this piece of property would have made that a violation. Well, in doing their due diligence, the association doesn't exist anymore, and the title company says, well, yeah, we're all good because there's no such thing. Well, the homeowners association isn't active and has not done anything since the beginning of time, but the managing company still does exist, found out this happened, and made them go back and put that piece of property together. Well, the reason that this is a big deal and how it becomes a protection to the buyer because they purchased owner's title insurance that protects their ownership, it became a problem because a piece of property that was one size, being able to put one home, and that's it, had a certain value. But if you took that piece of property and you divided it in half and you could put 2 homes on it, became a lot more valuable. And so now the person who purchased that piece of property has a piece of property that's a lot less valuable than it was when they purchased it because of this change. So there was no way that anyone could have determined that this was going to be a problem, but it happened after the buyer took ownership. The title insurance protects that ownership, and made an agreement with that buyer to settle whatever their loss was in that particular case. So I don't have the exact details about how it came out. I do know that the title insurance company went through some litigation and ended up paying the buyer whatever their loss was. And so basically, as you're buying a piece of property, you don't necessarily know all of the nuances, maybe all the behind the scenes. This is one reason I always recommend to you, pick up the phone, call the company that's going to be doing your closing, understand what their practices are, have them give you copies of all of the things that you're talking about that they're researching or working on, which they should be doing. Talk to previous customers of theirs and find out that things were taken care of in the manner that you would expect. They don't have claims, and that you do have the protection that makes sure that you're totally covered with your home ownership. Now, most title companies will offer to you at closing and explain to you why it's very important, but I just wanted to share, and I'm going to continue to share over the next couple of weeks, some claim potential issues so you understand exactly what that kind of protection is. So, hey there, Miss Donna. Good morning. How are you? So I thank you guys so much for taking the time to tune in to Coffee with Connie. I'm Connie Fuksa, and I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic day. As I've said before, I am here to help you understand the process, and if you want more information and more help, we are updating our website to include a specific page just for consumers that you can go on there and download information, ask questions, look for things. We're building that page, so it's not quite all the way ready for you yet, but you can go in there and poke around and see all the things that we're doing. And I'm also working, there's a whole section for title professionals. So if you know somebody, a title company that you work with, that you think is something that I can help them with, grow their team, work on doing things like this, educating you, I'm really excited about doing that. So I'd love it if you would share. So I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Hit that share button below. Thank you for tuning in to Coffee with Connie. Hey there, Miss Pam. Good to see you. I'll talk to you guys real soon. Bye-bye.